Nebraska's #1 independent computer repair company with offices in Omaha and Lincoln. This is Compute This.
Good morning, folks, and welcome into Compute This. My name's Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company with service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, and Papillion. 866-496-8772. Those are the numbers to join us on the program today. You can ask a question or make a comment. We'll put you in the drawing for a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. Good for anything your heart desires over at the service center. All right, we have a lot of ground to cover today. First off, it came to my attention last week that I don't often tell people on the radio exactly what the Schrock Innovations Computer Company does. Someone listened to the show and they're like, what exactly do you do again? And I thought to myself, really? You listened to me talk for an hour and you didn't? Well, I'm like, well, what exactly did I say we do? I never said that. Yeah, I can see the confusion. So at Schrock, our #1 thing, our bread and butter, is we fix computers. We make your technology work the way you want it to work, when you want it to work, how you want it to work. That's where we've made our name, basically, in service. Secondly, we have branched into several areas that are related to that, because making your technology work when, for example, your hard drive dies, and I don't know what's been in the water this week, but my goodness, I'm getting an average of 2 or 3 alerts a day that DriveAdvisor is detecting failed C drives. So I get generic alerts, like statistics, like DriveAdvisor detected this many bad drives and this many were C drives. The reason the C drive is important is that's your main hard drive. That's where all of your data is stored on your computer, all your files. You can have data stored in other drives, but the C drive is like el numero uno. That one is the one, if that goes down, your computer stops booting. So you don't want to have that one go down. So yeah, it was pretty interesting to see that. I don't know what's been in the water this week, but we've had a lot of those things going down. And people coming into the service centers to have them replaced, apparently, as well. So that's good news there. That's what DriveAdvisor is supposed to do. But we do data recovery. So when that happens to you, if it gets to be where your hard drive is inaccessible, we go ahead and fix it for you and get it back up and running. If, if on the other hand, maybe you're a business or an organization and you're looking for a website, Schrock Interactive is our website development division, because we had some customers come to us and say, hey, I really wish, you guys did website design, or, if you do know, can you recommend somebody? I trust your judgment. Can you recommend someone to us? And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of really reputable. There's lots of places you can get a website designed. There's not a lot of places that have a track record of sticking with a customer through thick and thin, because there's always easy things to do with websites and there's always hard things to do. And some of the hard things are hard because you don't see them coming. You don't realize they're going to be hard until it's after the fact and it's too late. So you need a company that's going to stick with you and not say, hey, you paid $500 or $1,000 for this website. We're going to do $500 to $1,000 worth of work. Never mind if that's not enough hours to get the job done, even though we quoted you that. Sorry, you must have asked for a bunch of extra stuff. Sorry, you're going to have to pay more. That's how everyone was treated. And that's how people used to be treated in computer repair. So as we have evolved, we have taken the attitude that we bring to computer repair, where we say the #1 objective is to make sure our customers' technology works for them. We don't want anyone to leave unhappy. Now, I know that that's an impossible goal. There are just some people in life that you can't make happy, no matter what you do for them. There are situations where you are human and you are going to make a mistake. My guys will make mistakes sometime. Last week, this is how we deal with mistakes, though. If you're honest and open about them, you can learn from them. So last week in my Papillion Service Center, we had a customer that brought an iMac in, and the iMac wouldn't boot. The guys diagnosed it as a bad main board in the iMac. It turns out the power supply in the iMac was what was bad, and that's why it wouldn't boot. It was enough to power everything up. We see it all the time in PCs, but because we don't have a tester, they don't make a tester for iMacs that you can just put that on the hardware to-do list. They don't make a tester you can snap onto the power supply for an iMac and test it and make sure that the voltages are good. You have to test it with a multimeter. And unfortunately, the way that iMacs are designed, they're technically not any usable, replaceable parts inside an iMac. So when you open it up, when you're testing it, if you slip, no joke, you will get blown back across the room. You're going to touch live electrical leads. So testing it with a multimeter, as long as you are extraordinarily careful, you can do it. But hey, that's what we're going to have to do from now on, because we misdiagnosed when a customer, it said, okay, we'll just transfer my data off it. So we did, charged for a data transfer, had an hour labor coupon for the original diagnosis. He took it to another shop that works with Macs, and they diagnosed it properly. He came back to us, and he was understandably upset that we misdiagnosed his computer, and then he paid for a data transfer that he didn't need. What was the right thing to do there? Now, normally, we don't refund labor services at all. They're just non-refundable. Well, here's the thing. In this case, the right thing to do was to refund the labor services because he wouldn't have bought them if we would have done the job right the first time. So we're human, and we're going to make mistakes. But we learn from them, and we change our system so that the mistakes don't happen again for other people. So, that's how we started out what we're doing. And then we eventually got into software design and development. We have some wicked stories today for you on the show about different pieces of software and how they're impacting your computer. But needless to say, we noticed a lot of people didn't have good third-party software that was staying up to date. Their Adobe Reader was out of date. Their Java was out of date. Their Flash was out of date. And it was letting all these viruses into their computer, even if they had good antivirus. So we created Secure Updater to automatically install those updates. Well, hey, that's been great since, 2006. It's been almost 11 years Secure Updater's been out now. Can you believe that? And it's been working great for 11 years, but guess what? Technology has changed a little bit since Vista. So it's time for a redesign. And so we're working on a brand new client for Secure Updater that takes into account all the things that have happened in the world since then, like metered internet connections. Maybe you don't want to automatically down everything. Maybe you just want to know that something is out of date so you can download it tomorrow when your bandwidth resets or when your Verizon resets to give you a fresh set of data for the month. Drive Advisor, another great example. Customers don't know when their hard drives are starting to die. As a result, when the hard drives get really, really bad, they end up in my data recovery lab, and customers are upset, understandably so, that they have to pay between $400 and $1,800, depending on how bad the problem is, to get their data back. And it's important information. They feel like they're trapped, like it's a ransom, that they have to pay it. I am thrilled that we have the capability to recover that data for those customers. I don't like to have the implication that we're holding a ransom over somebody when we're actually doing the same stuff that everyone else in the industry does, and we're doing it for half the price. But still, what if we could warn people their hard drives were starting to die so they could get the problem fixed before it was too late? Let's make a program called Drive Advisor. Let's give it away for free. We're not going to make people pay for it. There's no revenue model here. You get the program, you put it on your computer, good to go. And, we've got a few thousand people running that program now. And we're saving people lots of money with that. There's plenty of people in Omaha that are not running Drive Advisor, whose hard drives are going to fail, and we'll get our data recovery business will not be hurt by this, which is really important. Why you guys that have Drive Advisor need to tell your friends, like if their hard drives fail, to bring them to Schrock, because you don't have to bring your hard drive in because we gave you Drive Advisor, but we still need the data recovery business to pay for all that expensive equipment, guys. So anyway, here we are faced today with another problem. Over the last 2 weeks, I've asked you if you like this idea. I've asked you if you thought it was a good idea that we could do this for you. And the result was resounding yes. On Facebook, we're broadcasting live on Facebook, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. On the service centers, an email to me personally, I have received people saying, hey, Thor, this is a great idea. Let's do it. Now, the idea was there's a big update coming called the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update. Now, don't get this confused with the Spring Creators Update that you just got a few months ago. This is the Fall Creators Update. Microsoft is officially calling this an update. This is different than any other update. This is not an update. You might recognize it if I would call it, for example, an upgrade. This is a Windows upgrade. This is like going from Windows 7 to Windows 10, or from Windows Vista to Windows 7, or Windows XP to Windows Vista. This is getting a whole new version of Windows that works differently than the version you have now. Here's the thing, though. You cannot disable the update. You are going to get the Fall Creators Update. One way or the other, eventually it will force install it on you. And when it does, a number of possible things could happen. Everything could be fine. Microsoft doesn't push out software that they honestly think is going to jack up people's computers. We have all these nefarious ideas about this, but they don't. There's not like a guy with a fat cigar like, we're going to mess up a lot of people's stuff here. That's not happening. They push out software. They test for every possible conceivable thing they can test for, And there's just so many different ways people have things configured that some people get hit with problems. So, for example, when Windows 10 first came out, it broke every single installation of Symantec Endpoint on the planet. On the planet. Now, that just happened to be the one antivirus software we recommend. And it's good. That's why we recommend it. And when it went down and when it broke, it was an easy fix. You just had to reinstall the endpoint, right? But then all of a sudden we had, 1,000, 2,000 customers coming in like, hey, I need my endpoint reinstalled. And we're like, oh, biscuits. It was a pill. I mean, it took a month to get through it all. We got everybody taken care of. Nobody got infected. We made sure our customers came first. But it was not fun for us. It was not fun for our customers. Whew, wow, we're glad that's over. Okay, the first big Windows update comes last year. Not the Spring Creators Update, but the one before that. It's an upgrade to a new version of Windows 10, and it broke everybody's start menu. Now, if you don't think that's a big deal, try using your computer without clicking on the start menu. You can only use the shortcuts on your desktop. That's it. You can't open the File Explorer. You can't click Start and type something. You can't click Start and open a program. You can't look at the date on the clock. It's just broken. That was a really big problem for people that, of course, required a lot of fixes. And, of course, because a lot of our customers have Schrock computers that are under warranty, and our warranties cover the operating systems, we're going to cover that under warranty. So we covered that under warranty. There is no end to the number of things that could possibly go wrong when you upgrade a computer. Not to mention the fact, if you upgrade a computer that's using a hard drive, that's bad. You're guaranteed to have a problem. Guaranteed. If you upgrade a computer that's infected with a virus, you are guaranteed to have a problem. If you upgrade a computer with outdated third-party software or software that's so ancient that it shouldn't even be running on Windows XP, you're probably going to have a problem. And here's the thing. In October, it turns out we thought it was coming in September, but it's coming in October. The Fall Creators Update, we have no idea how many problems it's going to cause, if it will cause a problem at all. But here's the thing. If it causes a problem on your computer, you have to come into the service center, and if you don't have a warranty with us, which means you didn't buy a modular computer, if you have a Dell or an HP or an Asus or whatever that you didn't get from us, or that maybe you got from us but it's out of warranty, you're going to have to pay 1 to 2 hours of labor for us to get your computer running again. And you can't just do a system restore, because if you do that, you're just going to get the update again, and it's going to break it all over again. So, understandably, there are people, it seems like there's some just bad luck people in the world, and these people get hit every single time. It's the same people over and over and over that get hit with this stuff. And as a result, they're feeling pretty beat up, you know what I mean? They're just, this is not good. So how do we help these people? So we sat down with the innovators at Schrock. We asked for your opinions on this, and most of our good ideas come when we ask you guys, hey, do you think this is a great idea, or how can we improve it? We had a lot of suggestions. And we came up with the Schrock Safe Upgrade System. This is a piece of software that you can purchase. It's $49.99. You can buy it. It's good for one computer. So if you have 3 computers, you have to buy 3 computers. But you buy the software, you install it on your computer, and it will go through and do the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update for you. It tests your hard drive to see if your hard drive is good. It makes sure your third-party software is up to date. It makes sure your antivirus is in good shape. And we have some stories. You're going to be shocked. If you think your antivirus is good enough or up to snuff or ready for this update, you are going to be mind blown with the story that I'm going to give you today. Let me just tell you, Schrock customers who are running Endpoint, you are in the minority. The minority. Not by a little bit, but you're in the minority no. See, I was going to say something funny that I thought would be funny, but it was political, and, he says, okay, you got to be careful there. You might tick some people off. But you're in the minority, okay? Like a tiny sliver of the computing population who is safe. You're on your little island, on your safe island, and all the masses are writhing with infection potentially. So practice safe computing. Tell your children. All right, 866-496-8772. This program, that you can install it on your computer. It is good for 1 install per computer. 1 successful install. If it fails or something and you have to try again, it will work a second time. But it's good for 1 install on 1 computer. So if you have more than one computer, you need to purchase more than one install. Now, here's the thing. It is available right now on our website. If you go to SchrockInnovations.com, and I put it, it's not really a special because it's a new product, but it was just easiest to find it if I put it under specials. So if you look under specials, click on shop and go to specials, you will see, and Mark, can you throw a link to this, a direct link up to the Safe Upgrade backup or Safe Upgrade? Gotcha. He's on it. I'm asking him to do things like he's not smart, and he is. He dressed up for you guys today too. You can't see it, but he's wearing a shirt and tie. But anyway, I digress. But it's up there on specials right now. You can purchase it for $49.99. Now here is the thing. We don't know the exact date when the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update is going to release. We know it's in October. We know when it comes out. We will have notice before it happens, usually a few days to a week before it happens, but we won't know until that point. So what we need to do right now, if I wait till the day that we know it's coming and then I'm like, hurry, 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 what'll end up happening is we'll get the announcement on a Monday that it's coming out on a Friday. And I won't have any radio shows. I won't have any TV segments. I'll have to send a blast email, which only a third of you will see because of spam filtering and everything else. And then I'll have to do a robocall, and that's always popular. All right. So as a result, I am telling you now that you need to go onto the website and buy the software now while there is time to get it, while you can get it and get it done properly. Please share the link that Mark is posting to Facebook with your friends, if you would, because they should know about it too. Let's spread the word about this. If they want to do it, you can. If you want to let it go automatically and throw the dice and hope everything works out, go for it. I'm not pushing anyone to do anything they don't want to do. But if you purchase this software and use it to install your upgrade, number one, it checks the stuff that needs to be checked before the upgrade happens. It's important. This is just like bringing it in and having us do it on the bench. Number two, if something goes wrong, you have a warranty because you bought a piece of software from us for $50 and we told you it was going to do something. If it doesn't do what we said it's going to do, or something gets jacked up because it did it wrong, which it's not going to do, but if that would happen, you have a warranty. We will get your computer back up and running for free. Now, obviously, there are some things not covered. Number one, if it tells you, yo, buddy, your hard drive is bad, we strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you don't do something really, really stupid and try to install an upgrade on a bad hard drive. And you do anyway, that's not covered. But that's explicit. It's like a big warning box that pops up, okay? This is like dummy proof. Number two, if your computer's already broken, before you try to do the update, we'll be able to tell if you've tried to install the update or not. And if you haven't even tried to install it, the warranty doesn't apply because you haven't done the update. Ting! Once in a while, we have people come in for maintenance checkup specials, and they bring in computers that are like dead. They're like, it worked before I brought it in. So, that's not covered on the warranty. Number three, if you have a printer from 1996 that through some miracle of nature has been jimmy-rigged to work on the current version of Windows 10, we cannot guarantee that your HP or your Canon BJC BubbleJet 600 printer from 1996 is going to work on the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update because it wasn't compatible with Windows 10 to begin with. So we can't guarantee that it will be compatible going forward. We will try everything we can do to make it work again if that's the case, but we can't guarantee it. Okay? So we obviously can't guarantee hardware because this is a software update. If there's a problem with your hardware, the software didn't do it. So those are some limitations, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Some restrictions may apply. See website for details, blah, blah, blah. Lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. But that's the gist of it. Now, here's the other thing. Everything you do in life has risk. Everything that we do in business has risk. Let's say 10,000 people listening right now on KFAB or KFOR, wherever you're listening, hear this program and say, wow, I'm going to go ahead and buy this program. And 10,000 people do it, and all 10,000 of them have a problem because there's some flaw in the Windows 10 upgrade. Yeah, that's a nightmare for us. We can't possibly service 10,000 people simultaneously. We have like 14 staff. Even if I grab my Schrock Interactive guys and put them on the phones, there's just no way. We have 8 Schrock desk seats. There's just no way. So we have to limit the number of instances of the program that we sell. We are limiting it to 1,000, which I know sounds like a lot. Guys, I put a Facebook post up, just a Facebook post up 2 days ago, and we sold 8. just off the Facebook post. And people are starting to figure out you need one for each computer. So you figure if one person is going to buy, and there are 3 computers in their family, maybe their kids have computers or their grandkids have computers, and they want everybody to have a copy of this, if each person buys 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000 goes really, really, really fast. Let me give you some basic numbers before we go to break. We did over 1,000 computers that were upgraded from Windows 7 to Windows 10 when the Windows 10 upgrade was free. This year, we've sold more than 1,000 maintenance checkup certificates on our website for people who wanted to buy a preventative maintenance checkup and use it later. There are easily 1,000 people that already have Schrock accounts at SchrockInnovations.com that will probably buy this software. So we are going to get to a point where there isn't going to be any left. I don't know when that's going to happen. This is not a hard sell technique. That, there's 992 available at the start of the show. I don't think we're going to be running out by noon, okay? Or by next week or even the week after. But the point is, do it while you're thinking about it. If this is something that's right for you and it's right for your family and you like to have that warranty, that safety, you can do that. You can also buy it in the service center. You can come in and purchase it. You have to have a Schrock account when you come in. You have to have a Schrock account because that's how we're going to tell you the software is available. You're going to get an email or an alert to go to your Schrock account and download the software. You're going to hear me talking about it on the radio show. Next week, it's going to be available. Go get ready to go get it. And then when you go get it, you can download it, run it on your computer, and go. If you have trouble doing that, we can help you. If you want to bring it into the service center and have a technician do it, if you don't do the online buy thing, you just want to wait, that's cool too. Here's the thing. We had 1,000 people that came in to the service center for Windows 10 upgrades. It took us, we had 7-day turnaround times. So if you're somebody who can't go a couple days without their computer, you better do the online version. Because we're going to have a lot of people who just say, oh, I don't buy things online, and they're going to come in. So save yourself the time and the money, grab it on the website. If you want to come in, you can do it in the service center, but it costs more because the technician's doing it. It's $79 instead of $49. So it's a little more expensive. Final thing here, guys. Like I said, there's only 1,000 of these things available. Make sure you get them while they're still there. Make sure you take the opportunity to do it while it's fresh in your mind, and make sure you get one for every computer in your home. All right? 866-496-8772. Bonnie, stay on the line. We're going to grab your call coming up next on Compute This.
Now you can configure and purchase laptops, desktops, tablets, and more, all at the new SchrockInnovations.com. Check out our specials for one-of-a-kind discounts and deals. Some people like desktops for their power and upgradability, but nothing rivals a laptop for computing on the go. But why should you have to sacrifice?
A drink. I was dying. I still am a little bit. This is me recovering. Mark's trying to keep up over here. Well, you don't have to put up links to each product. I suppose you could, but the big one is to get. Here's the thing, guys. Guess how this thing does it. The Schrock Safe upgrade installs Drive Advisor, installs a trial for Secure Updater. It checks all that stuff. It checks your antivirus software. And if you think your antivirus is good, wait until this next story that we're going to bring up on the program here about how many people are either not running antivirus, running expired antivirus, or think they're running antivirus when it's really broken. It's mind-blowing how many people are doing this. So basically, we got that coming up on the program. Also, self-driving cars. I saw the first Tesla, the Model S, driving on Omaha. I saw one. I was like, whoa, that's a Model S. So the self-driving cars that are coming out, or Model 3, sorry. Yeah, the new one's the Model 3, right? Model S is the luxury one that's like the second one. Okay. So this is the Model 3. So it's pretty cool. But self-driving cars are coming. What happens if you combine ransomware with self-driving cars? Like, you better pay this Bitcoin ransom or you don't get your brakes back. We're going to talk about that coming up on the show. Also, the latest Apple Watch, I don't understand this. It's going to have LTE, but you can't use it to call. So the whole point of putting cellular in the watch is so you don't have to carry the phone, but you can't make calls with the watch without the phone. Text messaging, maybe? But why would anybody pay for a special text messaging account? Yeah. All right, guys, here we go.
To compute this, my name's Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company, service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, and Papillion, of which the Papillion Service Center is moving this fall. We are still located at 72nd and Highway 370 for now. Right around October, November, we'll have more details coming up about this. Yeah, right about the time the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update comes out. We're just going to pick up and leave town. That's awesome. Now, we're not going to even leave town. We're going to pick up from 72nd and 370, and we're going to go up the block and put it all in to 84th and 370 right off Olson Drive there. It's an amazing little business park with Spin Pizza and Ollie and Hobbs. If you haven't eaten at Ollie and Hobbs, go check it out. It's a craft kitchen. It's really good stuff. And it's a local restaurant. It's a local one-off restaurant. So you don't get a whole lot of those that are successful. So go try them. Spin Pizza's good too. They have a spinning pizza oven. My son loves it. I don't understand why that's so awesome, but he thinks it's cool because they put the pizza in and it goes, instead of going through a conveyor belt, it just spins in a circle. And so when it comes back around, you take the pizza out and it's done. But don't let it go through twice. 866-496-8772. Bonnie, you're the next caller on the program. How can I help you today on Compute This?
Yes, I have a couple of sites that tell me I need to either upgrade my Flash player or download a Flash player. One is a game site I'm not too concerned about. The other is when I was trying to watch live TV on Cox.
Yep.
It said, is that safe to do?
Well, yeah, Flash is safe as long as you keep it up to date. So now, can I ask you, Bonnie, have you ever tried our Secure Updater product before?
Yes, I have Endpoint and the Secure Updater and Drive Advisor.
Okay. Are you in front of your computer right now?
I can get in front of my computer.
Okay. I just want to make sure that your Secure Updater is set to update your Flash player. If it's set to update your Flash player, then everything is good. You have a Flash player and it's running. The bigger problem that you're coming up against is that browsers are starting to remove support for Flash, and Flash is going bye-bye entirely in about late 2018. And so if you're using Google Chrome, for example, Google Chrome has no Flash support.
I'm using Microsoft Edge.
If you're using Edge, Edge has no Flash support. The only major browser that still offers Flash support is Firefox.
Okay.
So as long as your Secure Updater is updating your Flash player, it's up to date, and you're going to see variations of that message. Either your Flash player is out of date or you don't have it installed. It's basically telling you we're looking for the current version of Flash and you don't have it for whatever reason. So your Secure Updater is updating your Flash product for you. So the thing is, if you install Firefox, which you can also do through Secure Updater, so if you're down there on your computer, you can go down by the clock in the lower right-hand corner and right-click on your Secure Updater icon.
Wait a minute. It's not up there. Maybe I need to open it up again. I restarted my computer the other day. So, yeah.
That's all right. Well, when it pops up, if you right-click on it, and you can click on Select Programs to Update. And this is a really nifty feature of Secure Updater that a lot of people don't realize you can do. If there's a program in the list of programs that Secure Updater supports that you don't have and you want, like Firefox, for example, you can put a check next to it and click Apply and Update, and it'll install it for you.
Okay, now it says Adobe Flash Player. There's no check mark by that.
Put a check mark next. You don't have Flash Player. So put a check mark next to it, and then click Apply and Update. And it will download. And you might want to do Firefox too while you're in there if it's not checked in there.
Oh, Firefox. I don't even see Firefox.
It might be under Mozilla. Let me see if I pop mine open here. I usually close mine on my computer while I'm doing the show. Because, when I'm doing the show and it's like, blong, blong.
Mozilla's checked.
There you go. All right, perfect. So, yep, you're good to go then. Go ahead and put those checks, click Apply and Update, and you should be set.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Can I ask one other question about
Absolutely.
Drive Advisor?
Yeah.
My computer says it's 100%, but what's that temperature thing, 39?
Yep, that's 39 degrees Celsius. All electronics are measured in Celsius. And so you'll notice what color is the font for your temperature? Is it green, yellow, red?
I'll have to get into Drive Advisor.
That's right. If it's red, that means your drive's running a little hotter than we would like. It doesn't mean that there's any impending doom or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just that it's running hot. You see that a lot on external drives, especially external drives. People like to get the My Book and then put it on the bookshelf like it's a book between two other books. And then it gets hot. But hot drives are more likely to fail. And so it tells you the temperature of the drive. And if it's green, your temperature is okay. If it's kind of a yellowy color, then that means that the temperature is kind of warm. And if it's red, that means your drive is hot. Like I said, don't put a whole lot. Don't worry about it. I have a drive that we use all the time in the shop, and for some reason, it always runs hot. It's just a hot drive.
Oh, okay.
But it works fine. It's 100%. The health meter is the thing you want to be concerned about.
Okay, well, okay, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks for the call, Bonnie. All right, 866-496-8772. Bonnie is in the drawing for the $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. Got to take our bottom of the hour break here. More of the show coming up next on Compute This.
Today's fragile computers need maintenance more than ever. Your computer needs a maintenance checkup every 6 months to last beyond its 18-month expected lifespan. Every person listening to this broadcast has either experienced data loss or knows someone who has. When you think about it, you have a lot more data stored in many more places than you'd like to admit. Have you downloaded those videos from your phone, backed up the pictures on your iPad, or even tackled that sometimes daunting task of backing up your entire
the Schrock Safe Upgrade software. Number one, if you already have Drive Advisor and if you already have Secure Updater, does it reinstall a second copy? It does not. If you also, if you have an expired copy of Secure Updater, it doesn't check anything because it can't, because it's installing a trial, right? So the only time you can get the trial of Secure Updater is if you don't have the trial, or if you've never had the trial. So it asks you for your email address, and it sets up Drive Advisor and Secure Updater. If you already have Drive Advisor, it will query Drive Advisor to see what the status of your drive is, and if your drive is healthy, it goes on. If your drive is in a failure state, you get a big fat warning message. So it's just something to be aware of there. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got for questions on Facebook. All right, yeah, Alice was asking, when is this product going to be released? We don't know exactly when it's released, because obviously it doesn't make sense for us to release the software until the Windows 10 Creators Update is released, right? So as we get closer to that, we may decide to start prompting people to download it maybe the week before, like the show before the update comes out. We'll say, go to your Schrock account, download it now, because inevitably someone's going to say, I don't know where my Schrock account is. And we're like, it's the same place you bought it. Go back to SchrockInnovations.com, click login up there, and log in. You go to your purchases, and it'll be right there. It'll be a link and a code. And you click the link to download the program and install it, and then you put the code in. I know it sounds like a lot, but really, you click, you install, you put in the code, copy paste. That's it. So once you have that done, it'll do its own thing. But it has to wait until the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update is released, because obviously it doesn't do any good to check a bunch of stuff and then pretend to install an update if there's no update to install yet. So we don't know exactly when it's going to come out, Alice, but what we want to do is we want to get people prepared for it, so that instead of me saying, oh my gosh, this is going to happen next week, end of the world, fire, brimstone, and eclipses, oh, we're all going to die, and oh man. Anyway, eclipses. But instead of pushing people, and then it becomes like a hard sell thing. Like, hey, we have 1,000 of them. You better come buy them right now, or you're going to die. And then the next week we'll have all the gnashing of teeth and the shedding of tears as people calling, I should have bought it. Is it too late? Well, you have the update. I don't know if I have the update. It's probably too late. This way, if you just get it and get it done, you're set. So now let's see. We've got. Let's see. We've had 3 orders for the product right now for the safe. The Schrock Safe Upgrade. No, I haven't. Let's see. Wow. Well, if you're running Windows 10, you're running Windows 10. I don't know. That's oversimplified. If you're running Windows 10 on a Mac, which is totally not supposed to be allowed. But no. Will the software do my Apple running Windows only? It should, Blake. It really should. That's the thing. I guess this is why you buy a warranty.
I'm Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company, service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, and Papillion. 866-496-8772. As if from on high. Windows 10 security. After Kaspersky fight, Microsoft talks up its case for Defender. All right, so I saw this headline, and at first I was like, Kaspersky fight? There was a Kaspersky fight? How did I miss this? The Russian KGB antivirus product is fighting with Microsoft? How do you miss that story, right? Oh, gosh. All right, so get this. We all knew that, well, maybe you guys didn't know, but we all knew at Schrock this was happening, and you've probably seen it on your computers, especially if you have a laptop. If you have Endpoint on your computer and you close the lid of your laptop or turn off your computer overnight, and you come back to it the next day and you open the lid back up or you turn the computer back on, sometimes you get a little question mark down there by your endpoint icon, like it doesn't know its status, and because it has to catch back up with updates from being off all night. And then customers call and they get concerned, and we say, hey, if it's like that for 24 hours continuously, then get concerned about it. If it leave your computer on and it'll go away. And then it does, and then people figure that out. But what Microsoft did with the current version of Windows 10 that's out right now, if your endpoint gets a question mark, or if your Kaspersky gets out of date, or if your Bitdefender or WebRoot or whatever you're running isn't working right, Windows Defender automatically deactivates your antivirus software and enables Windows Defender. Okay? Symantec has coded their software endpoint so it can't be disabled. But Microsoft still enables Windows Defender. Now, Kaspersky's problem was we have people who have expired antivirus. Their Kaspersky expires, and of course Kaspersky wants the renewals. That's why they're upset. Their antivirus has expired, and as a result, we're sending them alerts saying you need to get renewed. But at the same time, because it's expired and Windows Defender detects that it's expired, it pops up an alert that says Windows Defender is now protecting your computer. So wait a minute, am I expired or protected? I'm confused. And Kaspersky's like, you're confusing people, guys. Stop it. So let me blow these statistics by you. All right, we don't have any data on Windows XP because you really shouldn't be running Windows XP anymore. And there's no antivirus product really left for XP that's any good. Windows Vista. Windows Vista, 50% of the users, that's like 52%. It's not. I'm going to give you round numbers, okay? Because 76.3% of all statistics are completely made up. But in this case, 50 and some change percent of users of Windows Vista have no antivirus whatsoever. 30% of Windows Vista users have it turned off. Have antivirus, but it's disabled. That's 80% of all people running Vista don't have any protection from viruses. But, come on, they're Windows Vista users, right? Windows Vista is a dead operating system like XP. If they're still running Vista, they kind of deserve it, It's like, okay. Well, then let's look at Windows 7, because surely the Windows 7 numbers should be better. 55% of Windows 7 users ain't got nothing. No mas. All done. No antivirus whatsoever. 25% to 27% have antivirus, but it's turned off. 20% have antivirus that's out of date. So what I'm telling you is 90% of the Windows 7 users on the planet have no virus protection right now, or have limited virus protection. Windows Defender is not available for Windows 7. Windows 8. Okay, no antivirus installed. Much, much lower percentage, like 4%. People on Windows 8 finally got the memo. Yes, we need antivirus. But 65% of them then turned it off. It's off. It have a subscription that's valid, but they turned it off. 65%. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and then there's, 25% where it's out of date. So, again, not much better. Windows 8 users, about 95% of you have no good antivirus installed. Windows 10 users, I mean, come on. Cream of the crop. They took the free upgrade. They had it into a shop maybe recently to do that. Somebody certainly talked to them about their antivirus software. Windows 10, 2% have no antivirus installed. 2%. That's amazing. Only 15% have it turned off. 30% have it out of date. And everybody else, so about 30% of Windows 10 users have valid antivirus. I think they're all in Nebraska. So 30% have valid antivirus. So let me boil this down for you guys. Even if you have purchased antivirus software, and that purchased antivirus software is installed on your computer right now, it could be out of date, it could be broken, it could be disabled. And as a result, Windows Defender has popped on to do its best to protect you. And as we've discussed before on the program, Windows Defender is not designed to be a primary antivirus solution. It's designed to be the barest minimum of acceptable antivirus protection to keep your computer safe, to measure other antivirus products by. The barest minimum. So what I'm getting at, guys, is one of the things that the Schrock Safe upgrade system does is it checks your antivirus to see if you, number one, have a product that's any good. If you've got a fake antivirus product, which we see it every day, If you have McAfee, which is just about as good, we see it every day. If you have WebRoot, we see it every day. You're going to get a warning on this software that's going to pop up. And if you have Norton Security Scan, which is the free scanning program that if you get infected, tells you you're infected, then tells you to go buy a Norton product to fix it. That's not antivirus. You're going to get an alert. If you're running Windows Defender, it means you have no antivirus. You're going to get an alert. Now, this one's not conditional, guys. It's not going to say you can't go forward, but it's going to tell you your antivirus is suspect. You need to check to make sure you've got good antivirus. Click here to learn about Endpoint or click here to continue. Okay? So that's the Schrock Safe upgrade system that's going to upgrade the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update that's coming out in October. You can purchase it on our website right now. It's $49.99 per computer. So if you have 3 computers at home, make sure you buy 3 copies. If you have 10 computers in the office and you want to get all 10 of them upgraded, you need to get 10 copies, okay? There is no bulk license or discount or anything like that. The reason for that is if something goes wrong on all 10 computers, you don't want us to only fix 50%. So if we give you 50% off and then we'll fix 50% of the problems, you don't like that. You want a full warranty, we got to charge the full $49.99. So you can get this on our website now, SchrockInnovations.com. Click on Shop and Specials, and it's the Schrock Safe Upgrade. You buy it now, and then when it comes time to do the update, we will make sure that you get to the website and download your product to install it on your computer. 866-496-8772. Gary, you're next up on the show. How can I help you today on Compute This?
Hey.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Hey, I hope you can fix this problem, and maybe just not mine. I have Firefox, and it seems like in the last few months, when I go to a search, I get all these pop-up windows.
Okay.
And right now, in fact, I just tried it, and I just typed in Amazon, and I got to Amazon, and I went to a certain product I'm looking at, so I clicked on it, and I got another window that's got back-to-school stuff.
Okay.
And so I drag it down, and guess what? The one I searched for is right behind there.
Gotcha.
Now, that could be an Amazon deal, but there's another issue with the Google when I'm searching for something else. I get a little 4x4-inch square ad thing in the lower right-hand corner.
Okay.
That runs an ad while I'm trying to get in my stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, so here's what's going on. Your computer, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's infected because this isn't always an infection because technically there's a very specific definition for a virus. And malware has a specific definition. Sometimes we just lump everything into malware because, malicious software, that's a virus, whatever. Adware is what you're getting hit with right now. And then there's spyware. So there's different categories of things that we would consider undesirable software. So there's a few things that you can do to help curtail this. Now, there's all kinds of things like pop-up blockers that you can use to block pop-ups, but that only masks the symptom. This software is still running in the background on your computer and still trying to pop windows, which is taking all of your time, all of your processing time away and making your computer run more slowly. So
It sure does.
Yeah, so let me ask you first off, what are you running for antivirus?
Hold it. Let me tell you, first of all, this is an iMac, and it's not a Windows platform.
Okay, gotcha. Case in point.
So,
wow, I couldn't have asked for a better call, Gary.
I don't have anything on it, basically, other than the operating system.
A lot of Apple users believe that they don't need antivirus software because Macs don't get infected. Gary,
I downloaded one a while back, and I got into a chat room, and the guy said, "You're wasting your money. You don't need it."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I dropped it off.
So let me ask you, Gary, in your non-technical opinion right now, is your computer usable?
Oh, yes.
Yep. Is it enjoyable?
Not really.
Yeah. Is it infected?
Well, it could be, I guess.
Yeah. So here's what we need to do. There's a reason that on the black market, Windows users are a dime a dozen. Actually, they're cheaper. They're about a fraction of a penny each. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. But Mac users go for 50 cents a head. And that's because Mac users get infected and they stay infected because they don't ever know they're infected. So here's the thing. Symantec Endpoint runs on Mac. So if you call us in the service center, we can go ahead. We're open today from noon to 5. We can go ahead and install Symantec Endpoint on your Mac and get you protected. Most of the time on Macs, it'll clean up whatever's there, unless you have something really bad like ransomware or something like that. Then obviously it can't. The other thing that you can do also is your browser. I'm guessing you're using Safari for your browser?
have both Safari. Safari is not infected.
Right.
It's the Firefox that's infected.
Okay, so on your Firefox, you want to install a pop-up, or not a pop-up blocker, an ad blocker. AdBlock Plus is a really good one. It's free. You can install it on there. What it does is it actually reduces the number of advertisements you see on websites. It blocks the advertisements so that they don't show up on your screen, which some of these pop-ups you're seeing are being spawned by advertisements. So one ad pops a second ad. So if you block all the ads, then you're good to go. So AdBlock Plus. Yep. And then
PLUS?
Yep. No, just the plus symbol. AdBlock, then a plus sign. And you want to get that for Firefox for Mac. Okay. Once you have that in place, to get the Symantec Endpoint installed on the computer, that will get your computer up and running and virus-free and infection-free. That should take care of the adware that's causing the little chat boxes in the lower right-hand corner and the audio ads and things like that that make you turn your speakers down because you're always popping up. That'll get rid of those two for you.
Well, you know, Thor, this never happened to me until I had my machine into your shop to get fixed.
Yeah,
when I brought it home.
One of the things that we do, Gary, is we infect computers purposefully that don't buy antivirus from us, so that then we can say "I told you so" later. Especially on the radio, where we can use it like social proof to sell antivirus to other people, and then we even trick people into buying like programs that install free updates. It's a dirty business, but Gary, somebody's got to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Gary,
hey, well,
no,
I will try that AdBlock Plus and see what happens with that.
All right, sounds good. Get the AdBlock Plus, and like I said, when it comes time, whether you get Symantec Endpoint or something else, your Mac needs antivirus. All Macs should have antivirus, so make sure you get something running on there.
Thanks for your help.
All right, Gary, thanks a lot. All right, see, if I was a politician, somebody's going to clip what I said there, and they're just going to put that into an ad. Thor Schrock admits that he steals money from babies and lollipops from children. It's like, oh, boy. 866-496-8772. Final break of the show. More of Compute This and Terry's call coming up next.
Schrock Innovations can't teleport technicians to you, but online help is only a click away with the Schrock Desk. Subscribe today and get unlimited help whenever you need it.
I talk way too much.
A disclaimer.
Yeah, Mark's like frantically pecking away over there like, the opinions expressed by the host of the program are not necessarily. Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, we get that sometimes people say, hey, I never had a problem like this before I brought it into you. It's completely coincidental. If we were installing malware on people's computers or causing problems at people's computers and then sending them back out the door again, obviously that would be bad. We would get caught. There's no way in the modern world, there's no way you can hide that. There's no way that I can get on the radio and proclaim, our purity of heart all day long. But if enough customers come into my shop and find out that, we're lying to them about diagnoses and stuff, when we make mistakes, we're very upfront about it. Like the gentleman with the iMac that came into my Papillion store, I made sure I was there when he came back in. I went up and shook his hand. I apologized again for the problem. I instructed my employees to give him a full refund. I called the company that did the repair for him and thanked them for taking care of my customer because my staff didn't. So yeah, we own up to when we make a mistake. But people like Gary that have Macs, the good news is Gary does not need to buy the Schrock Safe Backup or Schrock Safe Upgrade Backup. Schrock Safe Upgrade because he has a Mac. It doesn't have Windows 10 because there's some people who are going to try to buy it that have Windows 7 or Windows Vista, and they have to have Windows 10. And so we are seeing some people popping on there buying 2 or 3 at a time. So here's another one here that picked up. This one just got 1. Thank you, Bodo, for the order. Appreciate it. But yeah, this is going to save a lot of tech headaches for a lot of people. It honestly is, whether it's headaches prevented or headaches resolved without a $110 or $220 charge. All right, final segment, guys. Stay tuned for the aftershock. Afterwards, here we go.
All righty, guys. Final segment of the show, 866-496-8772. That's your cue to call because the show is ending. This is when everybody calls. And then, we have to take a bunch of calls really, really fast because we're trying to get you all in the drawing for the $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate, 866-496-8772. All right, Terry, you're next up on the show. Terry, how can I help you today on Compute This?
Yeah, I got Windows 10 Professional running,
Okay.
and I had a Windows update basically less than a week ago or a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And normally, they come up in prompt, and they were automatically installed because it's Windows 10 Pro.
Right.
So I clicked on the update for it. It looked like a normal Windows dialog for the updates. It downloaded, and I had stepped away, and I came back to it the next day, and I saw that it had a checksum error. Now, normally, I think, from my knowledge of checksum, it's just basically to assure that what you've downloaded is exactly the same as what the manufacturer or the vendor is proposing.
Correct.
So, but I've never seen a checksum before on on updates for Windows. So it kind of like, oh crap. and then when Windows did finally kick back up, it showed a gray screen with the normal kind of like the dots that circle, rather than I think I've seen always blue screens before. So that also kind of worried me. My computer has been up and running since.
Sure.
But what was your opinion? What would be your opinion on, did I get some sort of false update from something else, or will Windows correct itself on another update?
Great questions. Excellent questions. Okay, so here's what's happening. The color of the screen when it's booting and you get the spinny circles in the middle, the default color is black. It can be blue. It can be, the manufacturer can set that. They can put a Lenovo picture in the background or an Asus picture in the background while it's doing that as well. They can customize the boot screen, basically, which we don't do. We should probably start doing that. I don't know. It's one of those little touches that's like, ooh, it's a modular. We should put our logo there. But anyway, our computers boot so fast people probably wouldn't see them anyway. Oh, yeah. So anyway, the bottom line is I wouldn't worry about it too much. A checksum error means that the download itself was downloaded, and after the download was completed, it was checked to make sure that everything had downloaded properly, and something didn't. Now, if you saw a checksum error after the update was applied, that was a download that happened after the update was done. If you saw it before, it was before. Now, it depends on which update you got, too, because there are believe it or not, some people are still getting the Spring Creators update. Because when you think about it, if you, in your case with Pro, if you procrastinated that Spring update for a couple months and then you finally agreed to download it, it's not going to force you to reboot for another month after that. So it could have been 3 or 4 months ago that you got the Spring Creators update. So you may have I believe what you experienced was an upgrade of your Windows operating system from one version to another version. And that's why it looks different than a standard update. And that's one of the things. Microsoft is calling everything an update now. This is not an update that's coming out in October. This is an upgrade, and it should be treated with the same respect that you would treat any other upgrade when you're moving between one operating system and another operating system. They're trying to make it all Mac-y, like a Mac basically. So we're just going from 10.1 to 10.2, no big deal, right? Until all of a sudden they start taking features away, which, by the way, Microsoft, earlier in the program, I don't know if you heard the show where we talked about all the people that don't have antivirus.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft got in trouble with Kaspersky because they were, prompting like, hey, Windows Defender's protecting you now. And so Microsoft has caved on that because there was some antitrust concerns there. Microsoft is no stranger to those. And in the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update, they're going to remove that feature. So the Fall Creators Update is going to add a whole bunch of cool features to your computer. It's also going to remove some features from it. And that could change the way you do things. And you might want to have somebody that you can call and say, I had antivirus, I thought before, and now I don't. And I know that the creator, your update program told me I didn't, but I didn't believe it. Now what do I do? Because my Windows Defender doesn't turn on anymore. Because you have an outdated version of Kaspersky. So what's going to happen now is when your antivirus expires, you're going to sit there unprotected until you decide to renew your antivirus, which is how it always used to be in the past, which is one of the reasons why we've seen fewer virus infections on Windows 10. So in your case, you experienced a Windows 10 upgrade, and that's exactly what you're going to see again in the fall in October.
Okay, well, thank you for your help.
Hey, no sweat. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Yeah. All right. moving along here. 866-496-8772 is the number to call. And as soon as we're done on the current call here, we're going to get April on the line. She wants to add a camera to her computer. In the meantime, we are getting some orders here, and you can see the real-time quantity. This is transparency in action, guys. If you go to SchrockInnovations.com, SchrockInnovations.com, I'm doing it live with you here, and then we go to Shop and Specials, and then we drop down to the Schrock Safe upgrade. And we go down to see that we have 984 in stock. So this is transparency right here, guys. I told you there's 1,000 available. 984 are in stock. So you can see we've had about 5 or 6 total orders so far. People are buying multiples. So when people start buying multiples, they start telling their friends about it. We have not done a mass email to our customers yet. We have not done any robocalling. If we are even going to do that, I'm not convinced we are. Gosh, guys, this is moving. So, all right. Can we jump into April's call real quick? All right, let's take April. April, how can I help you today on Compute This?
Hi. I have a holiday special from several years ago.
Okay.
And I work with the foster care review system, and we're going to be handling meetings online for review meetings, and I need to be seen and put some kind of camera on the computer. I didn't know if that was possible.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, any USB webcam will work just fine. Do you have a laptop or the desktop model?
The desktop.
Oh, perfect, because I say the laptop has a camera built into it already. But the desktop model, you just go out and I would recommend an HD camera, and you just plug that into the USB port, and Windows 10 will take care of.
I can't understand you. I'm sorry. All of a sudden, you got real foggy.
All right. Well, the Windows 10, if you have Windows 10, any USB-based web camera is going to work just fine. So install any old webcam you get. I would recommend you pick up an HD one. They'll cost you a little bit more, but your picture in the meeting will be a lot better. Expect to spend between $50 and $80 on that camera. All right, thank you for the call, April. Need to draw a winner for the Schrock Innovations $25 gift certificate. That is Gary. Congratulations, Gary. You're going to get yourself $25 over at Schrock. We'll get that out to you. Kathy will send that out to you via postal mail here on Monday. All right, the website is SchrockInnovations.com. The Schrock Safe upgrade is what you're looking for under specials. We'll be back again next Sunday for another exciting edition of Compute This. Stay tuned for the After Schrock show on Facebook.com/Schrock Innovations.
Gotcha. All right. Sorry about all the talking in the background there, guys. I couldn't hear a whole lot of it. Hopefully the radio signal wasn't too good. We had, I don't know if it was, what kind of crisis was that? Like all of a sudden everybody is up on the phone and I'm trying, like, let's take April's call. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stall for a bit because nobody heard me say, let's take April's call. And all of a sudden Mark's on the phone and Dennis is like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, what happened? Oh, where to hear the whole thing from the beginning. Gotcha. All right. Well, for those of you listening on Facebook, if you want to hear the whole thing from the beginning, after we're done doing the Facebook live stream, it is actually archived on Facebook. Also, we put it all on our website at SchrockInnovations.com. You can click on, what is it, radio show? You click on radio show here. I'll do it right now just to, oh, that's right. My right clicker doesn't work. This equipment in the studio gets better every day. Now I have to bring my own mouse? You got to be kidding me. All right, so we click on radio show, and you can go down and you can see the, let's see, we can go down to August 13th, Compute This program. You can click on listen now. Can we post the video, the Facebook video here? Yeah. Do you click listen now? Does it take you to the page or does it take you to the actual show? So this is great. You know, Mark just does this all the time. I don't actually, oh, yep, there it is. So if you click listen now, you can watch the video from Facebook, or you can just listen to the audio, or you can download the file to put it on an MP3 player or whatever you want to do. So yeah, we want to make sure that's always available for you there. Yep, if you have an Apple device or have an iPhone, you can subscribe to the podcast on iTunes as well. Search for Schrock Innovations or Compute This and you'll find it. You can add that and it'll automatically download to your iTunes library and sync to your device, which is pretty cool stuff. All right. AdBlock Plus or UAdBlock are great ad blockers for web browsers. Yeah, I forgot about UAdBlock. That's a good one too. All right, back in. Video just went out and Facebook back in. Okay, now. Yeah, Thomas, the video, I hesitate to say it's never on my side because I'm sure it is. I dropped the frame rate on this video a little bit. Instead of 30, it's like 29.7, which doesn't seem like it would make a huge difference, but I'm on a wireless connection, so from a transceiver perspective, it's a lot less data going through the connection, trying to keep these website lockups, because to me right now, it looks like I'm totally locked up. But we're fine on the web right now? Okay, perfect. So it's just on my end. So going to regular radio show. Thomas, I think that's your device today, buddy. Sorry. Could be me, I guess. I don't know. All right, so Chris, I am running ESET virus protection on Windows 10 and have been using it for a couple of years. It's going to be coming due within a few weeks. It runs updates all the time and pops up when it needs something from me more than its auto functions. Is this something good enough for me to stay with, or do you recommend something better? All right, this is where I get in trouble. So Schrock Innovations recommends Symantec Endpoint antivirus software because it is the best you can buy. It does the best job according to Consumer Reports. Symantec software does a better job than almost any other brand, including ESET. Kaspersky is they trade places back and forth with Kaspersky, but it always sounds like I'm just throwing a dig in there. But Kaspersky is created and run by a former KGB officer, and it is a Russian product. So take with that what you will, but Symantec is made in America. So there you go. ESET usually finishes near the bottom, according to Consumer Reports. So is it something I would recommend? No, you would never hear me say, you should run ESET on your computer. Is ESET a piece of garbage that should be thrown to the curb and stomped on vigorously until it became dust? If I said that, I'd probably get sued. So I'm going to say we recommend Symantec Endpoint. Symantec Endpoint is the best antivirus for your computer because it knows what to do without popping up and asking you to do things all the time. That's a great reason. Also, it just works, and it comes with a virus-free guarantee. So if you get infected, we've removed the virus from your computer at no cost. All right, so if anybody else has questions right now, if you want to post those on Facebook, I have no idea how many. It looks like it's 25 here. My screen says I have 8 live viewers. My peak was 8. The whole show, I was like, I'm so hurt. This is so sad. Social media is so destructive for people because you think that people are listening and then they're not. Or have you ever posted something that you thought was really funny and nobody likes it, and you're just like, man, my sense of humor must be terrible. Oh golly. Yeah, I saw a really funny one yesterday. It was a shot. Did you watch Game of Thrones, Mark? Oh, okay. Well, there's the HBO show Game of Thrones there. Those of you who are fans, they had the 2 dopey guards at the front gate when Arya Stark comes back to the gate, and they're like, they're just idiots, right? And so somebody took that screenshot and said this was HBO's security department, because they keep losing episodes. Did you hear what happened last week? HBO accidentally broadcast the wrong episode in Spain, and then put it up on demand for a week before they figured out that it was the wrong episode. And of course, everybody ripped it, shared it on all these piracy websites. But yeah, so that was fun times. So I hope that wasn't too much of a spoiler. All right, sorry, Thomas says he just got here. Well, you missed a lot, Thomas. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't go back over it all. You're going to have to watch the podcast again. But yeah, we went over the part about where we destroy people's computers intentionally, installing viruses on them, making them run slow so that we are seeding future business. That was obviously our business model, and that's something you should watch out for. You missed that whole conversation. All right, is the new Creator install going to update everything from Microsoft? Is this new Creators install going to be an every upgrade thing? Oh, gotcha. I understand. How often does it happen? Sorry, my brain is a little slow today. All right, so John, basically Microsoft releases these major updates twice a year. So yeah, right now, before we get ahead of ourselves, we're going to do one with the Schrock Safe upgrade. Then we know there's going to be 2 a year. We've considered making it a subscription service, and Mark was suggesting that we make it a subscription service that we offer. Once we know that the software works good, we know there's not going to be a ton of warranties. We're basically asking people to spend an extra $100 per year per computer in maintenance if they do this twice a year. I'm not hot on running a bill up on my customers. You're already paying me $60 a month for Endpoint. You're already paying or $60 a year for Endpoint. you're already paying $25 a year for Secure Update. That's $85 a year. If you're doing your 2 maintenance checkups and you're getting them on sale, you're spending over like $140 a year already, $180 a year already on your computer just to keep it running good and to make sure it's lasting. Adding another 100 on top of that, I don't like to do it, but it just depends how smooth this one goes, guys. If this one goes smooth, maybe we'll create a subscription to software where you can get future iterations automatically posted to your account with codes when the time comes. That's something that we can do. I don't know if we can go back and take people who bought it and then make it a subscription. I think they have to buy another one that is a subscription, like a product. And you can then it gets confusing. Do you want to buy the one-time use or the subscription? And if we make the subscription cheaper, people will buy the subscription and then they get charged every year. And they're like, I don't even have that computer anymore. You didn't cancel your subscription. We can't know that. You have to cancel your subscription, so either 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So it's going to happen twice a year. It happened this spring. It's happening in October. Next year, it'll happen in the spring and the fall again. They won't be called the creators updates, though. But this is the new Windows 10, or this is the new Windows. There is never going to be a Windows 11, because if there was going to be, we would have had Windows 10 a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we'd be on Windows 13 right now. That's how fast the updates are coming now. So on one hand, there are some really cool stuff. And I posted a link. If you go to SchrockInnovations.com and you click on Shop and Specials, there's a link there to the Creators Update that you can click on. You just go to that page, go to Shop, and then Specials, and you can click on the link to tell you all the stuff that's coming in the Creators Update. The only thing that they pulled out of the Creators Update, and I know you'll be heartbroken about this, the Fall Creators Update is not going to have the feature in it. It'll have the new 3D stuff. So if you use 3D printers, you can create your 3D stuff to print on the printer, to print real things. And then there was a cool thing that was going to be in the Creators Update that you could take this 3D printer thing and put it in a video and have the video, have it be an actual object in the video, like a real thing. So you could create something in 3D that didn't exist, import it to a video, like you built a soccer ball, you inputted it in a video, and then if you had a video of a bunch of people kicking something that didn't exist, you could put the soccer ball in the video and animate it. So yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, and I don't know if you've seen like all the other, there's some really crazy stuff out there. There's software now that you can take a sample video of anybody like me, and then it analyzes the voice patterns and the video, and it will superimpose like facial changes. So you take anybody sitting in front of a camera. So you get Mark, you put him in front of a camera, take a video of me, and it'll map dot his face, put my face on his body, my body on his body. His voice will be voice changed to my voice, and he can say anything he wants, and on video it looks like me. They did this. They had one guy do Barack Obama. They had one guy who was a great George W. Bush. You have to get the mannerisms and the voice right. Still, you have to get the cadence right, because they can't do that. But I mean, you would have thought it was George W. Bush getting interviewed or Barack Obama getting interviewed. But yeah, it was just a couple actors doing their thing, and the computers took care of everything. So yeah, you can't just go believe those ISIS videos anymore. You can take anything in 3D and put it in the video now. Like, Kim Jong-un could launch ICBMs that don't really exist now with Windows 10. Isn't that awesome? Is that covered in the sanctions? Good point. Better than the real deal. All right, let's see what I got here. Any other questions? This is last call for questions on the Aftershock on Facebook. But if you got one, you can post it up there now, and we'll get your question answered. If you missed the start of the show, I'm going to re-up this one more time. You can go to SchrockInnovations.com. You go up to Shop, and you go down to Specials, and you want to click on the Schrock Safe Upgrade product on the Specials page. You click on that product, and you can purchase it for $49.99. I'm going to stress that you make sure you get one for each computer. So get one for every computer you have, because you'll be able to buy one and install it on one computer. It's code-based, so once you burn the code, it's associated with that computer. You can't reassociate it with a different computer. So make sure that you get the computer that you upgraded, you want to upgrade. And if you have more than one computer, make sure that you actually get the one for each of the models that you want to do. I'm going to post a final link here on the stream for the Schrock Safe upgrade. It's there right now. You can click on it to take you straight there if you'd like. All right. Any other questions? Buck Rogers level stuff. Buck Rogers level stuff. Levels. Oh, level stuff. I'm so slow today. I was like, level? I don't understand. No, level stuff. All right. Okay, that's it, guys. I don't see any other questions, comments, or anything like that. So we're going to sign off for the show today. We'll be on the Morning Blend tomorrow at 9:25. Of course, we'll be talking about this as well. So if you want to see the some more video about it, you can tune in there. If you have friends in the Omaha metro area that are like, I don't know what this is, you can tell them to tune in for it. If you're in Lincoln or outside of the metro area, thanks to all of our listeners and viewers that are outside of the metro area. We appreciate you. We love having you. It's really something special when we hear like, hi, you're from like Santa Barbara or something. You know, what was the furthest one away we had today? Vegas and Texas today? Round Rock, Texas? Yeah, you know who you are.